Hi everyone, so in today's video my book review is going to be on Home Before Dark by Riley Sagar. And I got this book for, I can't remember if it was Christmas or my birthday, I think it was my birthday, from my huband. And I've been wanting this book for a really long time because I'd seen it all around Instagram, and I'd seen a lot of the booktubers that I enjoy watching had read and reviewed this book and actually given it a really positive review. And I've kind of gone through a little bit of a reading phase where I've read one book that was just kind of like and then another horror book that I really didn't like, both centered around houses, because you know haunted houses are my favourite type of horror. So yeah, those books were kind of a downer. I've got reviews coming up of those books if I haven't already posted them, so you'll know which ones I'm talking about. And then I went on and decided to read this one because I was like, well, I've heard a lot of really good reviews about this book, so I'll give it a go myself. And thankfully I was not disappointed. Yeah, really pleased with this book. First of all, I love the cover. There are several different covers of this book. I think the other cover that I had seen was like green writing across, and it's quite dark. And I think that was the American cover. I don't know if this is the English cover, but I got this one for Amazon. So you can see the house in the background and some leaves, and yeah, the foliage of the garden. And yeah, I just really like this cover. You can see the gate and there's a moth there. I just thought this version was really pretty, and I hadn't seen this version before because when I got it in the mail, I was like, oh, did I get the right one? And I had to go back and check to make sure I'd picked the right book, but I had. And yeah, it's really good. So basically it says on the back here, 5 years ago Maggie Holt and her parents moved into a rambling Victorian estate called Banbury Hall. They spent 3 weeks there before fleeing in the dead of night, an ordeal her father recounted in his spooky memoir that became a worldwide phenomenon. So this story centres around Maggie, and her father had written this book about a house they used to live in. They stayed there for a very short time, and it was basically like a House of Horrors haunted house book, and throughout their lives claimed it was real, experiences were real. And Maggie didn't believe this. She'd never believed her parents. She read the book. She doesn't remember growing up or being in the house at all. She has no memories from being in the house. And yeah, she just wants to know the truth. So she gets to a point in her life where she ends up inheriting this house, and she goes back to it. She's going back to the house to try and discover the truth around the house and what actually happened there. The ghosts, are they real, are they not real? She doesn't believe that anything that was in the book was real. She loves her father, but she considers him to be a liar, and her mother won't tell her the truth either. And yeah, there's a lot of mystery around what happened. Is it real? What's going on? So as an adult, she renovates house, like does them up, sells them on. Okay, so my camera just shut off. I think my memory card was full, so I had to go back and delete a few of my old videos to make some space. I can't remember what I was saying or where I got up to, but basically yeah, Maggie goes back to this house and she's going to renovate it and try and find out its secrets. I really liked this book. It kind of it references Amityville Horror in this. It's kind of the same thing where a family flees a house and they write a book about it, get extremely famous, and then you don't know you know, to believe it. There's, you know, people who believe in paranormal and people who don't. So obviously you have the skeptics who was like, oh, it's just all been made up for money, and then people who believe it and think these houses are really haunted. And it does reference that book in this one, and that's kind of where it is about, like, if a member of that family, how they feel about it, and would they come out if they find out it's a lie, or, you know, do they think it's real. So like I said, she doesn't believe it's real in this house, and then she goes back and it's kind of her experiences about what's happening. I found it really good. I would say it was like a paranormal slash mystery. There's obviously the ghost story that goes along with the house, and she's trying to discover if it's real, and she's discovering secrets within the house, and she's kind of having to piece everything together. It's definitely yeah, definitely a lot of a mystery to it. You know, a girl goes missing at the same time they leave the house, and it's kind of linked to the house in this way. So you have that. She's not sure who she believes. She's trying to piece things together. She goes into the town and talks to some townspeople and their experiences, trying to, you know, along the way she just goes, okay, that was real in the book and this wasn't real in the book, or was that exaggerated? And she doesn't quite know what to think. And the ending, I really didn't see the ending coming, I have to admit. You kind of think you have it figured out, and then it just kind of like swerves off in another direction. You're like, oh, okay. So yeah, I actually, from start to finish, I really enjoyed this book. I was very engaged. I liked the main character. I liked the other characters in the book as well. I thought it was really interesting. And yeah, there has a lot of good development in the book. And like I said, a few twists and turns here. It really kind of keeps you guessing about where it's going. And yeah, overall, I would give this a 5 out of 5. It was a very enjoyable read after 2, you know, slightly disappointing reads. So would highly recommend if you're a fan of haunted house stories. I would say it's a little bit different from some of the others I've read. And yeah, definitely worth a go. It says here, clever, twisty, altogether spine-chilling, a deliciously terrifying story. And yeah, I would agree. I wouldn't say I found it particularly terrifying. Oh, that was by Ruth Ware as well, who is an author I like. Yeah, I wouldn't find it particularly scary, but I did find the story very engaging, and I really wanted to know what was going to happen and what she was going to discover next, where the story was going. Was her dad a liar, or was he telling the truth? Like, what was going on there? So yeah, highly recommend. That's pretty much all I have to say. If you've read this book or are going to read it now, then let me know in the comments down below your thoughts and what you think about it. And yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. So just a little short and sweet review. I'm gonna go film my disappointing book reviews, which I'm not sure if I'm gonna put those up before or after this one. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. So as always, thank you for watching, and until next time, bye guys.